Oh, so you're not coming. I have to go alone. I promise the spaceship's not dangerous and I won't stand on the outside.
Guess who's back? Back again. Space Cat's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Space Cat's back. Space Cat's back. Space Cat's back.
Hey, welcome back to Cats and Cubes. So I've just found out that in the 80s there was a TV show about an alien that used to eat cats. So we're going to go back to the 80s and deal with that. And while we're there, we're going to grab some old cubes to have a look at. Here we go.
Cats and cubes, cats and cubes, yeah. Cats and cubes, and cats and cubes, yeah. Cats and cubes, and cats and cubes.
Hey Alf, stop eating cats. Hiya! Done. Now let's get a photo taken with someone from the 80s. Alright, this guy will do. Nice. Alright, so I've managed to collect a fair few cubes so far to take back to 2021. But here's one that I haven't got yet. Early 80s one by Ideal. Some pretty cool old 80s stuff in here. What's this thing? Different coloured blocks. Here's another, ooh, a Smurf. Ooh, it's another cube from the early 80s. We'll take that back too. Ooh, some Mr. Men books, some old singles. Michael Jackson Ben. Wow, that's before the 80s, that's early 70s. But here we go. Oops, might be time to go back to Earth. Yeah, successful mission. Oh, the rocket's not safe. Oh, don't stand on the rocket. Hello, I'm back from the planet 80s. That's what the original Rubik's Cube logo used to look like from the 80s, so all these cubes will have them. Won't get too much into the history. I plan on doing a video on that later. Here's my cubes. Hey. So this is the one that you saw in one of my older videos. Here's two that you saw in the intro type thing. So this one is the 2164-2 Ideal Original Rubik's Cube. There we go. So what you want is to see that Ideal 2164-2 tag on the top. The winning moves, one that came out in 2018 that looks almost the same, doesn't have that on there. No. Stick it there. There's that one. This is that. This one came out in 1981. It says that it has 3 million combinations. That's how much they thought it had back then. And this one is, it used to have a full label across there. Unfortunately mine doesn't anymore. The Ideal stickers on the front. If I can get this under the right light, shows Ideal Toy Company in 1980. So there's that one. So here's some information on them. It's mine on the left. You can pause any of these if you'd like to have a look. This is actually the third boxing that they did. That's like my one. And above here you can see the original 2165-9 cube, the first Rubik's Cube toy that had the Rubik's Cube logo. So here's some information on this one from 1981. Feel free to pause any of these things that I show you if you want to have a better read of all the information. And here's my one from 1980, 2164-2. As you can see, there was a lot of different countries that were made. I've got one from Korea and one from Hong Kong. There we go. Okay, let's have a better look at these. Get them out and I'll show you some major differences between a few. That's my Korea one with the Korea sticker on it. Alright, so with this logo, the majority of the Rubik's Cube logo was printed on the actual white sticker. It's so stiff. Listen to that. yeah, they were horrible to turn. But hang on, I'll grab the one with this. I've got another one of these, so this is the Hong Kong one. Now, if I can get it under the right light, I just want to show you, they're a bit rarer than the printed white sticker, but if I can get under the light, you can see that there's two places that actually stuck a Rubik's Cube sticker on the white side. Yeah, there we go, you can sort of see it there. So that one's printed on, and that one's got the sticker, there we go. Yeah. Slightly different shade whites, but that could be just from them being so old and one not looked after as much as the other. And this one, let's get it out. It's just got the same one on, won't get that out. But let's have a little look at this pamphlet. The packaging and the pamphlets and stuff are the most interesting bit, I reckon, because the cubes are basically all the same, terrible to turn. And I'll show you some difference in the pieces soon. But once again, if you want to pause this and have a look, it says that the record was 55 seconds. So if you can beat 55 seconds, you're faster than people in the 80s. Well, the first competition, the time was, what, 22 seconds or something like that. So if you can beat 22 seconds, you would have been the fastest in the world back then, if you could wrist turn with really poor cubes. But we'll pop these back, and we'll go one step back, and I'll show you something else I've got. This is one of my rarest, coolest cubes, the 2165-9 that I showed you on the picture earlier. This was one of the hardest ones for me to find. I love it. So I'm not actually gonna get it out because I've already broken 2 cubes making this video, 2 cores. I've got lots of stories about making this video, so instead, let's have a look. Oh, hang on, there we go. So you can see the little label there. Awesome. But let's have a little look at the pamphlet. I find these just fascinating. They were so funny. So here we go. I'll just sort of shut up so you can have a little pause and read of this stuff. There's a thing back there saying that to solve 2 sides, that would have been tricky. Ooh, checkerboard skills. Yeah, how cool is that? It was really hard to find this type of cube, and it was really hard, super hard to find one with the instructions, so I was pretty happy with that. That's why I kind of look after this one. If you give up, you can pay $2 and they'll send you the secret on how to solve it. Which is kind of funny because wasn't the book like way more than that back then to teach you how to solve it? But anyway, there's that one. Awesome. Okay, let's skip ahead a bit to 1985. Some USSR cubes. It's all in Russian, but these 2 logos, the cool thing about this, I've seen about 8 different ones, and each place that they were made at had a different logo depending on where they were made. I can't read any of that. I don't speak Russian. There's the packaging. Okay, let's open it up and I'll show you that the logo with this group that made, well, there we go, there's the date. Yeah, the factory that made this one put their logo on the green side, which I thought was pretty awesome. Looks pretty cool. There's that one. Yeah, I don't get these out. These were hard to find too, so I look after these ones. And this one was one of the ones that I broke the core off, so I can't take it out. I just wanted to show you the funny brownish red that a lot of these USSR cubes used. They had a funny colour scheme. The green was quite funny too. But yeah, that's them. They're so cool. Right, now let's have a look at the differences in some of these older cubes. So this was the core the majority of them had this core, the vast majority. The only other one that I've got that's different has got a black core where that's white, but they're all pretty much the same. Now the pieces, this is a later one, so it has a hollowed bottom. The very early ones were very heavy, and as they produced them as time went on, yeah, I'll show you one of the earlier ones. Well, there's two different colour shades orange. But yeah, they had capped bottoms, which made them weightier and stuff. And yeah, these edge bits, that bit was bigger on the earlier ones. I've got some, but I can't show you because mine aren't actually opened. I have one of these. The Buvas Kosher. Pretty cool. That's the one that I've got. It's not one of the original ones, but I think it was the last of the packaging from those ones, but it still was pretty hard to find one, and I was pretty happy to get one, and there's lots of information on that. So here's mine. This was the first one that they put in English, because Buvas Kosher meant magic cube. This is the only Hungarian puzzle that was in English. The rest of them are in Hungarian. Politoys made this, who were producing them before Ideal, but once again I'll mention all that in the history video. The Buvas Kosher, unopened, sorry. Yeah, that's the packaging anyway. Like, these are all my favourites, of course, all the ones that aren't opened, and they're just old and super awesome. And not many people have seen this. Mine's not opened. The Vadash Kosher? Vadash Koka? I don't know how to say it, but yeah, I've never known anyone else to own one of these. Mine's not open. If I ever reach 1,000 subs, I'll open it so we can have a look at it. So there's something. Please subscribe, and we might get to open this thing. Yeah, that's the packaging. That's about as rare as the 2165-9. Cube may be rarer, I just never see them around. I got lucky and found one years ago, so yeah, they're all my rare ones, my Hungarian cubes. That's all my rare ones, all my favourites. So awesome, yeah. My vintage cubes. Thanks for your patience. It's taken me so long to post. I've had lots going on, and I appreciate everybody that still has stayed subscribed and has waited. I really appreciate it. But yeah, finally got to pump out my vintage cube video. There they all are. And that's the end of the video. I might wrap this up with a rap. So I went back to the 80s by myself. Got my picture with E.T. and then I punched out Alf. And I just wanna thank you for watching Cats and Cubes.